Peppa Pig and the Lost Flying Umbrella. It's a very normal morning until a very unusual umbrella lands right in Peppa's backyard. This umbrella looks cheerful, and it clearly doesn't want to be used just for rain. A small gust of wind blows by, and the umbrella decides to take Peppa for a walk around the yard. George joins in. Now they're not staying dry anymore. They're playing with the wind. Yahoo! And then, splash! The umbrella lands in a puddle in the wettest way possible, doubling the fun. In the end, the umbrella finally stays still. Peppa and George learn that the best adventures often come from things that never stay in one place.
Peppa Pig and the Glowing Cave. Peppa and George find a dark cave in the forest, holding flashlights. They enter, guided by glowing stones along the path. A glowing fox appears, leading them through winding tunnels. They reach a wide chamber where sparkling stalactites look like stars. They collect glowing stones while Daddy and Mummy Pig smile at their successful adventure. Peppa and George spotted a rolling wheel in the yard and decided the adventure started here. This wheel seems to never stop, and Peppa had to run fast just to catch up. Despite trying, George couldn't catch the wheel, but he could only laugh after every fall. The wheel didn't just roll fast, it also created a fresh breeze of flowers in the park. Finally, the wheel stopped, and Peppa and George realized that sometimes the best adventures are the simplest ones. And in the end, Peppa and George understood that sometimes letting things roll is the most fun of all. Peppa and the Rainbow Umbrella. It's raining, and Peppa spots her rainbow umbrella. She and George run outside to play in the rain. The rain stops, revealing a bright rainbow. They make a leaf rainbow on the ground. The family smiles under the rainbow umbrella. A perfect rainy day. Peppa and George walked into a forest full of colorful flowers. George discovered a small beehive on a branch and excitedly pointed it out to Peppa. Mommy Pig followed behind, reminding them, "Be gentle, don't scare the bees." Peppa and George picked a few flowers and put them in a small basket, smiling brightly. Daddy Pig brought a small cart to help them safely carry the basket of flowers out. Finally, the whole family stood in the flower forest, admiring the bright colors and laughing happily. Peppa Pig and the Fun Picnic. Peppa and her family are getting ready for an outdoor picnic. Mummy Pig is driving, while Daddy Pig and the kids are excited. The family arrives at a lush green field, and Peppa and George run outside to explore. Peppa and George play soccer, laughing happily as the ball rolls back and forth. Daddy Pig sets up the campsite and prepares lunch, with Mummy Pig helping beside him. The whole family sits down to eat, enjoying the lunch and fresh air. Peppa Pig and the dancing cake. Mummy Pig is baking a delicious cake today. Peppa and George can't wait to try it. But suddenly, the cake starts bouncing on the table. Peppa jumps in surprise, and George laughs out loud. The cake hops around the house, while Peppa and George chase it, laughing. Daddy Pig wakes up with a start, looks around, then goes back to sleep. Finally, the cake lands on the plate and smiles, as if to say, "Come eat me." The family sits on the porch, enjoying the sweet, silly cake together. What a fun and tasty day! Peppa Pig and the Rainy Day Dance. Peppa and George stood under the porch, wearing raincoats and boots. Daddy and Mummy Pig prepared music. Peppa danced in small steps to the rhythm of the rain. George bounced along, both laughing happily. Daddy Pig danced along, slipping slightly in a puddle. Peppa and George giggled. Peppa and George danced continuously, raising their hands and spinning, water splashing. The whole family laughed joyfully. The family sat in front of the porch, relaxing and laughing after dancing in the rain, thinking about what game to play next. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to join the fun with Peppa Pig's family. Peppa Pig and the Rainy Day Dance. Peppa and George stood under the porch, wearing raincoats and boots. Daddy and Mummy Pig prepared music. Peppa danced in small steps to the rhythm of the rain. George bounced along, both laughing happily. Daddy Pig danced along, slipping slightly in a puddle. Peppa and George giggled. Peppa and George danced continuously, raising their hands and spinning, water splashing. The whole family laughed joyfully. The family sat in front of the porch, relaxing and laughing after dancing in the rain, thinking about what game to play next. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to join the fun with Peppa Pig's family. Peppa Pig and the Muddy Picnic Day. Peppa and George packed the picnic basket with bread and juice, excited for the trip. Daddy Pig arrived and signaled the family to go out, everyone laughing happily. The family walked to the park. Mummy Pig spread the blanket under a tree, preparing a perfect picnic spot. Peppa and George ran around the grass, accidentally splashing into a big muddy puddle, mud flying everywhere. The whole family laughed. The family sat on the picnic blanket, eating bread and drinking juice, enjoying the sunny day and happy moments together. Peppa Pig and the Clock of Patience. Peppa and George eagerly wait for the cake to bake. Peppa keeps looking at the clock. Why is it taking so long?
Huh? Oh.
Suddenly, the old pendulum clock speaks. Be patient, Peppa! George gasps in surprise. The clock ticks softly. Tick-tock. And Peppa watches, learning to wait calmly.
Hey!
When the ding sounds, Mummy Pig brings out the cake. Peppa cheers. I waited. The family sits on the porch, enjoying the warm cake. The ticking clock reminds them, patience brings sweet rewards. Peppa and George were walking in the park when they spotted a small wooden bridge over a clear stream.
Wow!
Peppa stepped onto the bridge, but it wobbled a little, making her feel a bit uneasy. George stood behind, feeling a little worried. Mummy Pig walked up, holding their hands and gently reassuring them. Take it slow, don't worry. The three of them crossed the bridge together, and Peppa and George were excited to see sparkling stones in the stream below. When they reached the middle of the bridge, they paused, taking in the fresh air and enjoying the peaceful moment. Finally, the whole family stood at the end of the bridge, watching the flowing stream and surrounding trees, enjoying the simple joys of life. Peppa Pig and the backyard ball game. Peppa and George went to the yard with a big ball, Daddy and Mummy Pig cheering them on. Peppa kicked the ball. George ran to catch it, both laughing happily. Daddy Pig kicked the ball into the goal. Peppa and George shouted with excitement. George accidentally kicked the ball too hard. It hit a bush. Peppa and Daddy Pig giggled. The family stood in a circle, kicking the ball together, laughing and enjoying the afternoon. Peppa Pig and the Space Adventure. Peppa was lying in bed. The night was dark, her eyes closed. Peppa dreamed she was flying in space, with the moon shining brightly ahead. George appeared with Peppa. Both stepped into a sparkling flying saucer to travel into space. The flying saucer floated in space. Peppa and George saw planets around them, eager to explore. George woke up in the middle of the night, surprised by the sound of giggles. He turned to see Peppa fast asleep, smiling brightly in her dream, surely on an adventure among the stars.
Peppa Pig and the Giant Truck. Peppa and George's peaceful morning suddenly disappears as a giant truck appears right in their backyard. The truck isn't just big, it's filled with strange things no one knows how to use, and Peppa loves strange things. George tries to push the giant wheel, but it turns out the wheel is bigger than George's plan. Peppa believes driving a truck is just like driving anything else. There's only one tiny problem. The truck doesn't listen to Peppa. And then, oops, one little push on the gas, and the giant truck starts an unplanned adventure. Finally, the truck stops. Peppa and George learn that the most memorable fun often starts with things that are way too big.
Peppa and George spotted a kite soaring high in the sky and decided to try flying their own kite. Peppa started running fast, pulling the kite up, but sometimes the wind just wouldn't cooperate. The kite flew high and spun around, making Peppa stumble. But George was ready to help. Together, they ran, keeping the kite stable in the wind. Finally, the kite flew high in the clear blue sky, and Peppa and George felt so proud. Although the adventure was a bit tough, Peppa and George knew that joy came from the simplest moments. Peppa Pig and the Rainbow Slide. In her dream, a giant rainbow appeared across the sky. The rainbow turned into a sparkling crystal slide. George slid down first, laughing, while Peppa waved and followed. Mommy Pig and Daddy Pig joined, leaving trails of shining light. It turns out, Peppa was dreaming on the green meadow, her smile still shining. Oh, wait. Perhaps Peppa is still dreaming. Peppa shares her ice cream. Today, Peppa and George go to the park with Daddy Pig to enjoy ice cream. Oh no! George drops his ice cream. He looks about to cry. Peppa looks at her ice cream, thinks for a moment, then smiles and shares it. They share happily together. Daddy Pig looks proud. Sitting on the porch, Peppa says, sharing makes happiness even sweeter. Peppa and George spotted a wooden bridge across a stream and decided to cross it. The wooden bridge seemed a bit wobbly, but Peppa is always the bravest one. Sometimes, even a leaf can throw off your balance, but Peppa never gives up. Halfway across, Peppa stops to admire the stream below, but George is worrying about her safety. The bridge shakes a little, but Peppa crosses it successfully. Now it's George's turn. Although George is a bit scared, Peppa is ready to help him face this challenge. Peppa Pig and the Mystery Sound Box. Peppa and George discover a strange little box on the living room floor. When Peppa touches it, the box makes a cheerful boing sound.
Wow!
George taps it again, and it plays a funny ting-ting that makes them laugh. They take turns tapping the box, creating playful sounds all around the room. Daddy Pig explains it's his soundbox experiment, and the whole family plays together happily. Peppa Pig and the Painting Day. Peppa and George sat on chairs in the living room, drawing their pictures.
Wow!
Peppa started drawing a house. George drew a cat, both laughing happily. Peppa drew some trees. George drew a few clouds, together creating a colorful picture. Peppa and George added bright flowers around the picture, completing it. Peppa and George admired their artwork, laughing and showing each other their creations. Peppa looked out the window and saw the rain, water pattering on the roof. Mommy Pig gave Peppa and George their rain boots and coats.
Hey!
Peppa and George jumped in puddles, splashing water everywhere, laughing happily. Daddy Pig joined in, jumping into the puddles with Peppa and George. The family jumped across many puddles, creating a playful rain of splashes. Peppa and George were walking through a colorful flower field, surrounded by bright sunflowers and white daisies. Peppa sat down, picked a daisy, and handed it to George, making both of them smile. George held the flower and tried to smell it, but suddenly a gentle breeze blew, making the flower float away. Peppa quickly ran after the floating flower, and George chased after her, both of them laughing. Mummy and Daddy Pig stood by, watching as the kids ran after each other in the flower field, happily watching them. Finally, Peppa and George sat under a big tree in the flower field, looking at the flowers and feeling the simple joy of nature. Peppa and George, along with Mummy and Daddy Pig, arrived at the campsite where a campfire was burning brightly. Peppa and George sat around the fire, watching the flames and listening to the wind rustling through the trees. Daddy Pig roasted marshmallows on sticks and handed them out for the kids to enjoy. George ate the marshmallow and said it was the best treat he had ever had. Mummy Pig sang a cheerful song, and the whole family sang together and laughed under the campfire light. Finally, the whole family lay on the blanket, gazing at the starry sky, feeling peaceful and content together.